why trucks are getting bigger, the challenges this creates, and what it means for the future of transportation. And don't miss the surprising solution some countries are already exploiting. Let's take a step back in time to understand how we got here. In the early 1900s, trucks were small, simple machines designed to carry limited loads over short distances. Roads were narrow and often unpaved, and most goods were produced and consumed locally. Back then, there was little need for massive vehicles because supply chains were compact and regional. As the Industrial Revolution advanced and economies grew, the demand for larger-scale transportation exploded. Factories began producing goods on a massive scale, and cities relied on an ever-growing web of supply chains to meet consumer needs. Trucks started evolving to keep up with this demand. Their engines became more powerful, allowing them to carry heavier loads. Their bodies grew larger, accommodating more cargo. By the mid-20th century, trucks were hauling goods across entire countries, fueled by the rise of national highway systems. Fast forward to today, and modern trucks are engineering marvels. They can haul 2, even 3 times the cargo that their predecessors could, thanks to breakthroughs in engine design, aerodynamics, and lightweight materials. Specialized trucks can carry everything from refrigerated goods to heavy machinery. But while these advancements have transformed the trucking industry, they've also created a new problem. The roads and bridges they drive on were never designed to handle vehicles of this size and weight. The result? Aging infrastructure that's struggling to keep up, leading to potholes, cracked bridges, and tight urban streets where massive trucks struggle to maneuver. It's a situation that affects not just the trucking industry, but everyone who relies on the goods they transport, which is to say, all of us. So why haven't roads kept up with the growth of trucks? The first and perhaps most obvious reason is cost. Widening roads or building entirely new highways is prohibitively expensive. Governments around the world are often strapped for cash, and when they do allocate funds for infrastructure, they prioritize maintaining existing roads over creating new ones. Repairing potholes or reinforcing old bridges usually takes precedence over ambitious expansion projects. Then there's the issue of space. In densely populated cities, roads are often bordered by buildings, utilities, or other infrastructure. Expanding these roads would require tearing down parts of the urban landscape, a process that's both disruptive and expensive. Imagine trying to widen a street in the middle of a busy downtown area. The logistical challenges, not to mention the resistance from local communities, make such projects nearly impossible. Another factor is the legacy of outdated infrastructure. Many roads and bridges were built decades ago, during a time when trucks were much smaller and tighter. These structures weren't designed to handle the size and weight of modern vehicles, making upgrades a complicated and expensive endeavor. Even when there's political will to improve infrastructure, the sheer scale of the problem can make progress slow. Finally, there's the environmental and regulatory side of the equation. Building new roads often comes with significant environmental impacts, from disrupting ecosystems to increasing carbon emissions. This has led to stricter regulations and longer approval times for infrastructure projects, further delaying necessary upgrades. The growth in truck size hasn't come without consequences. Bigger trucks put immense strain on roads and bridges, accelerating wear and tear. For example, a single heavy truck can cause as much damage to a road as thousands of cars. This means that roads frequented by large trucks require more frequent maintenance, driving up costs for taxpayers. Bridges are particularly vulnerable. Many were designed to handle much lighter loads than what modern trucks are carrying today. As a result, some bridges are being closed to heavy vehicles altogether, while others require costly retrofitting to remain operational. Narrow roads present another challenge. On urban streets or rural routes that weren't built for massive vehicles, large trucks struggle to navigate tight turns, creating bottlenecks and increasing the risk of accidents. This not only slows down traffic but also poses safety risks for other road users. The ripple effects are widespread. Delays in freight transportation lead to higher costs for businesses, which can trickle down to consumers in the form of higher prices. Meanwhile, the increased risk of accidents and infrastructure failures adds an extra layer of concern for governments and the public. The main driver behind bigger trucks can be summed up in one word: efficiency. Larger trucks allow companies to transport more goods in fewer trips, which reduces fuel consumption per unit of cargo and lowers overall transportation costs. This is especially important in today's economy, where rising fuel prices and growing consumer demand put pressure on logistics companies to optimize their operations. Consumer behavior is another key factor. The explosion of e-commerce and the expectation of fast delivery have led to an increase in freight volumes. To keep up, companies are turning to bigger trucks that can handle larger loads, enabling them to meet customer demands while minimizing costs. Government policies also play a role. In some countries, weight and size limits for trucks have been increased to improve logistics efficiency. These changes are often driven by economic considerations, as larger trucks can make supply chains more competitive. However, this approach has its drawbacks, as it places additional strain on infrastructure that may already be struggling. Finally, advances in technology and materials have made it possible to build larger trucks that are still fuel efficient and reliable. Features like improved aerodynamics, lightweight materials, and advanced braking systems have allowed trucks to grow in size without sacrificing performance. So, how do we address the challenges posed by bigger trucks? One solution is to upgrade existing infrastructure. Governments in some countries are investing in stronger bridges, wider highways, and more durable road surfaces that can withstand the weight of modern trucks. While these projects are expensive, they're necessary to support the demands of today's transportation systems. Another approach is leveraging technology. Self-driving trucks, for example, could make it easier for large vehicles to navigate narrow roads and reduce the risk of accidents. These trucks are equipped with sensors and AI systems that can optimize routes and ensure safer driving, even in challenging conditions. Smarter urban planning is also crucial. Cities can create dedicated truck routes or build logistics hubs on the outskirts to reduce congestion and improve safety. By designing infrastructure specifically for freight transportation, we can mitigate many of the challenges associated with larger trucks. Finally, some countries are exploring alternative solutions, like modular truck designs that allow vehicles to be adjusted based on the size of the load. These adaptable systems could help strike a balance between efficiency and infrastructure limitations. Trucks are getting bigger to meet modern demands, but our roads are struggling to keep up. It's a problem that won't solve itself, and it impacts all of us. What do you think? Should we focus on building bigger roads or designing smarter trucks? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.